I was wondering how you people, maintaining all your routine and all the responsibilities, still you are continuing the service to the God. And not only that, you are introducing this to your next generation. Your children are also coming. They're also feeling at home, imbibing some of the ideas, and the tradition is continuing. This is a great thing that you are doing. I congratulate all of you for doing this. So I have come here in America as the last 10 years. Almost all the places I have visited, I have seen, there are a lot of people and they are giving their best. Whatever they know, they always give that to that ashrama. Just now I came to know that Pooja, right? No, Devi, yeah. Devi, she is doing this, arranging the flowers. So when she is arranging it, it goes in the credit of the ashrama that the Vedanta Society in the North Carolina, they have done it. The picture when the people will see, they will not know Devi, but they will see their beautiful photos and wonderful shrine, and at the same time, also nicely the flower arrangement, etc. Then someone is bringing the food, someone is taking care of other things. This service that we do to God with a prayer, God, I am doing it for you, not for the appreciation of some other people. That is Shiva Yoga. One thing always haunts us. Is there God? You always try to know, is there really God is there? And as because Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, with great confidence, he said to Swami Vivekananda, that same question Vivekananda also asked, have you seen God, is there God, etc. Not only Vivekananda, you will wonder when I was reading that our Rig Veda, the oldest Veda in the Rig Veda, there also the students, they are coming, the brahmacharis, they are coming and asking their teachers, is there God? If it is the God is there, how many of them? And who is the king of among the gods? Like these questions are there. If the God is there, with what he has created this universe? Was there a lot of woods? They are thinking, because that was the forest, or everywhere the forest, the naturally they are thinking, have they created the world with the woods? Where about that great forest? With what type of wood they have used? This type of questions are there in Rig Veda. So almost we can say 8,000 to 10,000 years before, they're asking this question. And same we are going on asking, what is God? But why? So many times the answer has been given. When the Narendranath went to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he was asking, sir, have you seen God? Immediately he said, yes, I have seen God. And I saw God more clearly than I see you now. See, this is Sri Ramakrishna. Clarity. Why? When I see something in this world, I see through my eyes. And there may be that some defect in my eyes. So when I see something, it may be, again, not clear, not proper. But when I see the God, I am not using any of these pancha indriya, the five, the sense organs of knowledge. I see direct realization. That is called the direct realization, not through anything. It's more clear. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna mentioned, yes, I have seen God, and I saw God more clearly than I see you now. So this is the one sentence, but unless we know the philosophy, it's very difficult to understand. The more clearly means what? More clearly means I never used the sense organs. I saw the God direct realization. So this is aparakshanubhuti. And the Shankaracharya, he has given a great talk on that, aparakshanubhuti, anubhuti, the realization. And without depending on anything, aparaksha. Pratyaksha, that directly I am. That is the realization. So what is God? how to realize God and what happens after the God realization. So these are the three things constantly we are. And most of the people, the God means something miraculous. Oh, you know, the Swamis, they never eat. It's a great Swami. Suppose he can't digest properly. That's why. It doesn't mean. And someone is eating more. Oh, he's not a good Swami. That is a good. It has nothing to do it like that. The it depends on the qualities. Friends, before we start, we will chant the pranam mantra of Thakur Ma and Swamiji, because all you are devotee. Then we will start. Each and every religion has a concept about God. And we are having, at this present moment, we are having 6 great religions. 3, that is Semitic religion, 3 Indian religion. So we will discuss on that at this evening. So you can put on this light, it will be better. Indrajit, the water you kept.
What? Oh, George.
Oh.
George.
Water, eh? Ushaji is not here, so I can keep it. She is very particular about it. Anyway, so let us begin with Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna's Pranam Mantra. So, will you join me or you will repeat after me? You can join me, right? Sarva dharma sthapakastam. You better repeat after me. Sarva dharma sthapakastam. Sthapakastam. Sarva dharma swarupakaha. Acharyanam Mahacharya. Ramakrishnayate Namaha. Ramakrishnayate Namaha. Yathagni dahika shakti. Ram Krishna sthita hiya. Sarva vidya swarupam tam. Saradam pranamamyaham. Saradam pranamamyaham. Parutatve sadalino. Ram Krishna samagaya. Yo dharma sthapanarato. Viresham tvam namamyaham. Viresham Tam namamyaham. I am not giving the meaning, but all of you know the meaning. This is the dharma. Now, dharma, it is depending on the creator, and the creator, in English we call God, but there are different names are also there. So ultimately, it is the creator and the creation and the relation between the creator and the creation. All the philosophies, all the religions, they say these three only. Who is the creator? What is this creation? And what is the relation between the creator and the creation? Now here we find the Judaism, in a Semitic religion. Their God means one God, Yehovah, the God of the Abraham, Isaac and Jacob. So that is, these three people, these three great personalities of the Israelis, they, whatever they say, that is God. So this is, they say, think in that way. The spiritual relation or the spatial relation with the Jewish, that they say. So not very clear idea about the God and the philosophical way, but they said whatever these three people said, we believe that. And next we go to Christianity. The first is Judaism, then Christianity. Eternal Supreme Being who created and preserved this world, that is the God. Eternal Supreme Being. It goes more with us. Eternal Supreme Being. You know, there is a belief that the Lord Jesus, when he was only 12 or 13 years old, he came to India. And he was there for almost 10, 12 years. And he learned a lot of things from the Indian philosophy, because that time it was the India, he was famous for the knowledge also, philosophical knowledge and of course wealth. So different type of people used to come. The plunderers are coming and the students are coming. It has to. Now he came over here to know about this. They say that is the demand, but naturally they are not accepting it. That is the reason it may be that it goes along with the Vedanta. Eternal Supreme Being. That is exactly when we will discuss the Vedanta, we will find the God is that who created and preserved this world. That is the transcendent and immanent, both. That is the conception of the Christianity. The God is here also, God is there also. And how the God is here? Obviously, this particular place when we see is everything temporary. And God is eternal. Now when you say that God is here in this world, at the same time we say it is temporary, it doesn't go. So it says that God never came, so God sent his son, his own son. That way they decided. And we will be seeing that how the Vedanta, particularly Shankaracharya, is solving this problem. If the God is coming down and creating this world and then exhausting himself, that is totally temporary, everything is changing. Then God will also one day will be exhausted. Can God die? Swami Vivekananda is asking this question. It can never be. So they are telling transcendent at the same time, immanent. How they are solving this problem? They are telling God never came. He sent his beloved Son and he communicated the God and the Son. In between there was a ghost. So he was coming. So an angel coming down. So these are the three concepts of the Christianity. The Trinity, the great concept of the Christianity. God who can never manifest, who can never come down and become this world, but he wants to help the people, so he sent his own Son, the begotten Son of God. But problem is, with us, the difference came only begotten Son. They said only. that Jesus is the only begotten Son of God, and that is the way we are separating from the Hinduism. We will come to when we know about that. So this is the way they think. Then the Islam, that is the very young religion, 1,500 years old. Again, they also say the eternal being, the creator of this creation, preserve and will take it back, etc. They will take all from Christianity, almost the same thing we find in them. Allah is absolutely one, omnipotent, omniscient, infinite, most merciful, compassionate. Allah has no physical body. That is the concept of the Islamic God. Allah has no physical body. Again, how Allah is communicating with us. Now they said God. They said Jehovah, God, now Allah. The term is changing, but it is eternal. It is all pervading. It is all powerful. It is the creator. It is the preserver. See, it is all same. Only name is changed. Then it is telling how he will keep touch with us, with the created being. He is not telling Islam is not telling son. They are telling messenger. The Muhammad, Rasulullah. Rasul means the messenger. The Allah is the God. Hazrat Muhammad is the messenger. It's not a son. Now, Rasul, the messenger, when we say, is separate from God. But when we say son, he has all the properties of the Father. That's why the Jesus said, those who have seen the Son have seen the Father. And same way Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, if you have seen the avatar, incarnation, you have seen God. So all the qualities of God are present in them. But Islam it is not. It's just all the messages that he got and he has delivered it. That's all. That is his. Who gave the message? Direct. In between there is no one. In Christianity there is in between, there is a holy being, Holy Ghost. So that comes back and forth like that. So they are Trinity. In Islam it is directly messages are coming. So these are the little differences and the concept. But naturally when we are reading this, knowing this, it is everything almost the same, isn't it? Now we will come to the Hinduism. When you come to Hinduism, Hinduism is the ancient, most old, but instead of discussing Hinduism now, I will start with Jainism. Jainism, Buddhism, Hinduism. Hinduism is the oldest, then comes the Jainism, then comes Buddhism. And in Jainism itself, self-realized individuals, free from passions like anger, greed, ego, attachment, aversion, hatred, they are known as Tirthankars. They are known as Jina. They are known as Arihanta, Siddha. So these are the concept of God. Who is God? Those who have separated themselves from the passions, from attachments, anger, etc., etc. So qualities. There are some good qualities, some bad qualities. Why we call bad qualities? Because it's bound with the worldly things. And if you are separating yourself from the worldly things, you are pure. So this is what they say. Buddhism, they completely denied there is no God, they say. Why? Because Buddha was a very practical person. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, Buddha was a very practical person. When Swami Vivekananda said, because he was studying different religion and he was arguing with Sri Ramakrishna saying, Buddha never accepted God. And that is the time when in India, the whole society, the educated society, they were confused. The God is there or not, because in one way, that is Christianity, they were very strong and their propaganda was going on. They're denouncing all Hindu gods and goddesses, and Hindus are so many gods and goddesses. Every individual is having one God. So naturally they were denouncing and they were confused. At that time Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna came. Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarva dharma sarupakaha. So when the avatar comes, the only purpose of avatar to re-establish the dharma, righteousness. What happened at the time of Sri Ramakrishna? If we don't understand the social condition, we will not appreciate or understand the true meaning of his avatarana. As a complete force he came, the Sri Ramakrishna. Now here they say, if you are not having these bad qualities, you are God. That means there's an option, anyone can become arhat. If you are giving up all your anger, your passion, your attachment, your desire, you can become arhat. That is the Jainism. But Jainism, it is a practice of religion, but it cannot be the public religion. That is the problem. They forced to become as public religion after the Ashoka's grandfather, what was his name? That Samrat Ashoka and Chandragupta Maurya. The Chandragupta Maurya, he accepted the Jainism and as the state religion, and he imposed on the people, ordinary people. Can anyone practice this, ordinary people? No. So when someone are practicing, that is not, suppose we are not married, we are not keeping any bank account, we are not having these, we are not, if the whole world is behaving like that, what will happen then? So there is a peculiar conception. It's not for all. But we are Hindus. You are also Hindu. So you are going to temple, you are taking this or that. So, and if you are going to the, what's called that, our Ganesha temple, one type of thing that you are doing, and to Hanuman temple, they will put you a rate. But the sannyasis, they say, no, we don't need it. And we are going here, there, everywhere, free. But if you impose the sannyasa dharma on all, that will be very bad, effect will be bad. That happened when they imposed it on the general public. They were ahimsa to the extent that they will never even pluck the fruit from a tree. So they will go and sit under a tree, and when the ripe fruit is falling down, then only they will eat. Can the whole society do that? You go and attend you are a doctor attending the hospital and going and sitting under a tree? So this, we have to understand, this is a practice, but of the mass religion. Mass religion should have some. Buddhism, the world is full of misery. Of course it is. That is why we have left the hearth and home and become monk. But to whom? Those who have understood it. Otherwise it is not. Durvara samsara dabagni taptam dodhu manam duradrishtavatai bhitam prapannam paripahi mrittu. Oh Lord, I see the death is chasing me, I am going to die. The whole world is burning forest. He can take sannyas. But my friend who was with me, we were growing up together, he said, what do you say all this? Why do you read all that? And he was so happy if the girl is looking at him, and she was all very happy. And I was thinking, oh my God, what is that? They two different nature. We were 21 years old and we are in the students in the university. Then naturally, my mind was completely different. Now I understand why. Because of the samskara. His was completely, we used to always fight. And he will be, why? Now suppose my temperament I impose on him, what will happen? He will suffer. And hypocrisy will come. Because he wants to enjoy. And if I give him the gerua, no, you have to follow like that, and shave on your head and put on the gerua, what he will do? Daytime he is sitting under the tree, nighttime he is going somewhere. So that is the way the hypocrisy entered into the religion. Otherwise there was no hypocrisy. We were never ever hypocrite. Whatever we said like that. The one young boy went to the teacher. The teacher asked, who is your father? I don't know. My mother said she was a maid servant. She doesn't know he is the father. But my mother's name is Jabala. And the teacher said, you are a Brahmin because you are telling the truth without hesitation. So, Jabala Satyakama. So that was the religion. Religion doesn't, no, why should I have to hide? So this is the way we have to understand. I'm not criticizing, I'm telling the condition of this. The Buddhism and the Jainism, they're great practice, but not for ordinary people. Vedanta is not for ordinary people. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, you should not listen to the Vedanta who says there is no God, there is not this world, it is only you and you. Aham Brahmasmi. If everybody thinks like that, they can say, but it will be hypocrisy. He is munching the what's called the subway, the foot long, and driving, going over there to the office, and I'm Brahmasmi. And that will be hypocrisy. One should not do that. So what we should do, then it comes over here, and it says, I will start with the yoga. What the yoga says. You know that there are 4 means to realize God. The Hindus are truly, if I take the next birth, I will pray to God to make me Hindu. Because there's so clarity. I don't like to take birth, and that's why all this. But still, suppose. Why? Because some people, they like to become calm and quiet. They don't like to go for work. They don't like, what means different type of things. They like to withdraw their senses from the sense objects. How many objects are there, sense objects? 5. Rupa, Rasa, Shabda, Sparsha, Gandha. And how many sense organs are there? 5. So this is very clear. So eye is going and seeing a form and bringing the information to the mind. Who is eating? Not the body, the mind. So this is called ahara. Ahara means aharana. But again, misunderstanding. The ahara is only tongue, whatever you are eating, drinking, over that. It has nothing to do with that. All the 5. So you have to control that. Some people, they withdraw the chakshu and the karna and the nashika and the jivha and the tak, and they quietly sit, and slowly they feel that their body is a stone body. Now, those who have read the biography of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, you know, the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, when he used to practice that religion, used to go and sit, and he used to see that image of the stone image meditating in front of the Kali temple. And he used to think that my body is also becoming the stone. I don't have the body, I don't have the hands, I don't have the leg, only the mind. And that mind, inside the mind, that is the consciousness. Now, I try to give the idea in this way. Every day we are actually doing that unknowingly. How? When you go to sleep, what happens? We give up our body fast, we forget our body. When you are sleeping, we do not know how the hands is there, the leg there. So that everything, the body consciousness goes. And only dream. In the dream world, we see the same world in the dream world. The mind is working. In the meditation, first you forget the body. And you go to the mind world. My Lord is sitting inside my heart on a flower, as our Guru has said, and he is blessing me. I am worshipping him. All imagination. But it is a way we are forgetting all these 5 things. And then time comes when we go into the consciousness. Even all the varieties of things that we see in the dream or in meditation, that also vanishes. In meditation, we see that the God is becoming the light, All this time he was sitting, I was worshipping, I was garlanding, I was showing the light, I was offering food, but then finally he is becoming the light and I am also merging into that light. Again, I will refer to the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. You must read that if you have not. That is the way we learn the spirituality. Sri Ramakrishna was the great worshipper of goddess Kali. And it became so intense that he decided to commit suicide if I am not going to see the mother today, this moment. And he took up the sword from the mother's hand and said, now or done. I am going to kill myself. Don't try unless it is a serious, really, then the doctor 911 will come only. So, when Sri Ramakrishna really becomes that way, and he mentioned what happened. It is not goddess Kali in that form he was worshipping all through. All through he was worshipping, but when the true realization came, it was light and full of joy. That means there is no form. There is no limit. The moment there is a form, there is a limit. And if it is a limit, so it is going to break someday. Unlimited. So it is unlimited, that light everywhere. But what is the feeling, result? Joy. And that joy has no connection with the objects of this world. It is joy, direct realization. You do not can't express the joy, that happiness. So much. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, I saw the mother, this temple, this whole sky and all surrounding becoming the flow of light, waves after waves. And I merged into that. That is called realization. Though he was worshipping goddess Kali, a Dvaitin, dualist, but the realization was Advaitin. So this way, if we understand, this is called, then the yoga, they don't believe in God. But they say, you can take the help of God. So what is that God? When I am concentrating, I am taking the help of God. So to concentrate. The Hindus, they have so many gods and goddesses, so many. If you go to a Hindu temple, so many varieties. But they don't keep Kali, they are afraid of Kali. Yeah. They think that God is Kali. Kali will create problem. I told her, hey, why didn't you keep a Kali? Swamiji, the local people, they will think the lady cutting the head. That will be but it takes long time to tell them about Kali. But actually, it's completely different. Then the yoga, they say, what is God? Klesha, karma, vipaka, ashayi, apuramishta, purusha vishesha, ishara. Who is an ishara? Affliction, work, result, desire, unattached, indweller being is Ishvara. Friends, we have to remember what is God? The Jains, they said all this detached. When you are detaching your mind from everything, that's called renunciation in one word. When you renounce everything, and that becomes the ultimate consciousness, awakening. And here also they say, klesha. What is the klesha? Again they explain, pancha klesha. The Hindus, they never give long list, all small, 3 or 5 or 8, like that. Pancha klesha. What are the pancha klesha? Avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha. What is avidya? Ignorance. What is ignorance? Thinking this world as real. I know this world is not real. I saw my grandfather. Then suddenly someday I heard that he is no more. And the same way my father, no more. The same way I will also not be here. And all the property that I am making, it won't be here. In the history book, if you see every pages, it proves nothing remains. I give the example. When I went to see in Delhi, the Red Fort, and they took me inside, we visited all the places, including the hammam, where the queens they used to bathe and all that. Hammam is not a very good place though. Nowadays, much better bathrooms are there. But there, the hammam, if you even, in those days, if you even go near that, you lose your head. That way. Now, thousands of thank you. The thousands of people are coming, Marathis, the great soldiers, they are coming to enter into that Red Fort. In hundreds they were killed, they could not enter. Then came the Rajasthanis, the same way. Now I went, purchased a 10 rupee ticket and entered. So this is called temporariness. Where are those kings and all that? Now it is nothing but, if we don't go, it will break down. So the tourists should go. So purchase the ticket so that it can be maintained, that's all. Even after that, if we don't understand this temporariness, that is ignorance. The great Alexander, he could enjoy his life, the young king, and he thought we'll conquer the whole world, and took up the sword, and with some people he went up to the India. The poor man, whole life he was going on cutting the heads of human beings, like a butcher, and couldn't enjoy his life also. No contribution in anything in the society. The great heroes in the history, what is their contribution? Butchership. They killed and killed. What is their contribution? Nothing. And where are they? Nowhere. Only we are remembering them, that's all. Suppose we don't read about the Alexander, and in Hindi they say, Jo jeeta wahi Sikandar. What jeeta? Kya jeeta? Kuch nahi jeeta. But the Lord Buddha said, if you like to be the hero, conquer your mind. That is Buddha. The Lord Buddha is telling, you will be called as hero if you can conquer your mind. Conquering the whole world is nothing. If you are having some of the powerful bombs, and from one corner of the world you can say, hey, accept me or I am going to throw the bomb. You can conquer, but try to conquer your mind. That is called hero. This is avidya. This is the ignorance. Accepting this world as permanent. That is avidya. Not that when we are leaving, we should give up this thing and go and become a sannyasi. We should not eat this. Nothing like that. Leave, and whatever the responsibility you have accepted, accept that. Asmita, ego. None of us can live without ego. Full of ego. But can you please explain what is ego? You're very peculiar. Just write down, this is my ego. You cannot. When you say the I, this body. Now, when you were on the lap of your mother, a small little baby, someone has taken a photo, and when you were a great king, and you showed that, sir, do you recognize this baby? Who was this ugly little kid? Oh, that is you. I was not knowing my body. I could not recognize me, my childhood, the babyhood. I couldn't recognize. Somebody introduced me. So that is the way when we think, and now we are putting the body on the finger on my body and say, I. Is that ego? It is foolishness. Think in this way. And then one gentleman, I saw a very good looking gentleman photo in his house. Very wonderful curly hair. The hair was really very attractive. I told, whose photo is this? Then he took out the cap and said, it is me. And there was not a single hair on his head. And that man's photo, he kept over there. He is remembering, this is my head. It was, and now it is. And after some time, that also won't be there. Is not that temporary? The mind, the body, and everything. And we see ego, I. Self-confidence is necessary. But ego is dangerous. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, Ami mole ghuchibe janjal. Ami mole ghuchibe janjal. All the problems will be solved when I can kill my own ego. When I say mind, my mind is thinking in different way. And sometimes if you are not sleeping for 2-3 days, you cannot think even. So one student went to a teacher, Sir, can you please tell me what is this Atman? He said, okay, I can teach you, but right this moment I am busy. Have you taken food? Well, yes. Stop taking food for 15 days and come and ask me the question. And lessening the food. And after 15 days, no food, can you imagine? And he forgot to ask the question. Then teacher sent another person to bring him, and he came. Hey, you were asking that question before 15 days. What is that question? I have forgotten what is that question, whether I came to you or not. I'm so hungry, sir. Okay, take little food for another coming 15 days. And then you come. And he took the food. Then after 15 days, again he became... So then came and told, what is that Atman? Annam brahmeti vyajanat. Food is your God. Start with that. Annam, that's the food. Brahmeti, Brahma iti vyajanat. You must know the food is the God. See how effective it is. Without food you cannot even think. And I. Why this ego? Everywhere the clashes. The two brothers grew up, but afterwards, for a little property, they are fighting. They don't know what is going to happen to that property, but still they will. One lady was telling me, Swamiji, you know, me and my husband planned, but when we will be elderly, we will live in the ground floor. Then my son, then another son, 3 sons. And the top floor will be for my daughter. When she will come from her in-laws' house, she will be there. And extra outside, there's a small cottage for our guest. So wonderful planning. Now, the husband passed away. All the 3 sons are working here in America. Daughter is somewhere in London. They don't like to go back. They don't like to take that house. What will happen? Please tell Ramakrishna Mission to accept it. See? So all the shapna, all the imagination, and we are thinking. Then afterwards, nothing remains. Nothing. So this, if we understand, that's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, so this world is purely temporary. As long as we are here, we must utilize it. So when we go to a hotel, we stay there. We use everything. Other toiletries, whatever they're giving, we're using that, and then we leave over there and come. Of course, there is a great problem with some of the people. They say always that is I don't think that all Indians they do, but they say the Indians, they pack up all the toiletries also from the hotel. So anyway, we are not that poor anyway. So that's they say, sometimes we may, the fancy, I have used it, who else will be going to use it? So let me take it. As because we like to save things. We don't like to waste it. That may be the reason, whatever. But we just keep it there, isn't it? Live in the world as if you are living in a hotel. Beautiful hotel. 5-star, 7-star hotel. Nicely decorated. But don't get attached to that. Though you are decorating, you are purchasing the curtains, you are purchasing the bed covers, bed sheet, different color, your choice, good. And the carpets and everything. Then afterwards you say, this is a wonderful hotel, I enjoyed living here, thank you. This is my tip, I am going. And give the tip to your children. Hey, this is your tip, now leave it. If you live like that, you are a sannyasi. Be attached, enjoy and then give up. Never ever get attached to it. And attachment, really I saw the 2-3 brothers, they were so close that they grew up together. just for one little property of their father, they became enemies, they don't like to talk to each other, and then suddenly two of them passed away, then one only left. Then what about you? Are you going to, no, I am so old, I cannot go over there? What will happen? Then why you fought? So this is the call avidya, asmita, raga. Raga means desire. The desire, we have the dreams are there. If I can fulfill it is good. If I not, is okay. And dvesha, aversion. Oh, I don't want this, I cannot stand this. Don't say like that. Don't seek, don't shun. That is the way one can become happy. Then finally, ovinibesha, the fear of death. I am going to die, I am going to die, I am going whether you are afraid or not, you are going to. But though we never say that, the blessings are always live 100 years, but 100 years only. After 101, what will happen? We don't know. So this is the way it goes. Why are you afraid? Before birth, I was not knowing what is going to happen. But I was taken care properly. Very nicely I am living. After the death also somebody will be there to take care of me. Why afraid? There will be somebody to take care of you. So this is, as Rabindranath said, the jai jabe mone bhebe mori ki jani ki hobe নতুনের মাঝে তুমি পুরাতন সে কথা যে ভুলে যায় দূরকে করিলে নিকট বন্ধু পরকে করিলে ভাই. So that is the Rabindranath says, when I go to the foreign countries, I always afraid what is going to happen to me. Look at it. Every one of you came in this foreign country. Now you are becoming all friends, relatives, so close, thinking of each other, caring for each other. Where from it happened? Somebody is there. That is God. So the God in the yoga means those who are free from the klesha, affliction, karma, that is work, vipaka, result of the work, ashaya, desire, aparamishta. Those who are free from that, that is called the God. Then how much time is there?
You have time.
Now, it is the bhakti school. Bhakti school is full of God. Because without God we cannot survive. So we need a God, someone. Someone to pray, someone to criticize, someone to demand. Someone is necessary, otherwise we are not happy. If you ask a child, hey, why you have done this? I didn't do, he did. So someone should be there to give our burden. So, God has given me this punishment. God has done. So we are constantly going on criticizing the God. There is a funny story. The one reporter, he used to report against God. And he used to say God is a nepotism. That means he only takes the people who are offering good fruits and sweets to him to heaven. And those the poor people can't offer the best varieties of things. He will put them into hell. So one day it was too much for the God. He goes, hey, why you are writing all this without knowing me? Why don't you come and see what is hell and what is heaven yourself? I don't do anything. So come in. And the reporters are very happy if you are giving the passage money, they will go over there. Because without spending, only pen and a pad, that's all. The reporter went over there. And the God told, where you like to visit? The heaven or hell? He said, okay, let me go to hell first. So he went and he found there's a big hall, the dining hall, it was the lunchtime. All are sitting ready for the lunch and all wonderful dishes. Both side people are sitting, but only peculiar thing, the spoon handle is very long and it is tied right the whole hand. They cannot bend the hand. And the bell went off and they started eating, but they can't bend the hand. What will happen? They started throwing the food and then beating each other. It became hell immediately. Then he said, what about the heaven then? Come, next room. That story. So there he went to the next room, he found the same thing. There also the same food, same way, long handled spoon, but they were eating happily and enjoying the food. How? Helping each other. Parashparam bhavayanta sreya param abhapsata. The person sitting this side feeding the other one. And that one, hey, give me that one. Yes, that is good. Now you are eating. So what is heaven when we are friendly? What is hell when we are enemy? So that much only. So what is heaven and hell? So here it says, what is God? And in the Vishnu Purana it says, Vaisharayasya samagrasya Viriyasya yashasya jnana vairagya yogaschaiva sannam bhaga iti smritam. That is the God. Aishwarya, full of different the power. That is the God. The God is having all power. He knows everything. Birya is strong. And then Yashasya, full of fame. Jnana, knowledge. Both the worldly knowledge and spiritual knowledge. And at the same time, Vairagya, renunciation is there, not attached. Yogaschaiva Shannam. These are the 6 qualities that is called the Shadasampatti. Then Shadasampatti, the Shankaracharya, he says in the Vivek Chudamani, that the 6 the wealth is there for the monk, for the sannyasins, for the spiritual people. 6 wealth. What are the 6 wealth? It says Shama, Dhamma, Upurati, Titiksha, Shraddha and Samadhana. These are the 6. Shama, Dhamma, Upurati. Then all this, another, the explanation is what is Shama, what is Dhamma, etc. Then the God is having Ashtasiddhi, 8 types of power. Anima, Mahima, Garima, Lagima, Prapti, Prakamya, Ishitva, Vashitva. All these. You can become small, you can become big. In the life of the Mahavir Hanumanji, all these powers are there. Unfortunately, we think the Hanuman means the animals that is living on the trees. No. Hanuman was a great yogi. The great powerful clan. But these two were like that. Here, the Indians where they used to have different type of the birds' feathers. They used to wear like that. But they were not birds. In the Ramayana, all those, they were powerful clans. But they were human beings. Some they used to wear the dress like the bear, sometimes the bird, sometimes the monkey. But they were people, human beings. They were not animals. But now our great devotees, if you go and tell they were not animals, they will beat you. No, they were animals. Animal cannot meditate. It is not possible. It's a misconception. Animal cannot meditate. So Hanumanji was not an animal. Swami Vivekananda said he was a great yogi and he was having all that power. Can any animal in their own life, whole life, have you seen that they have been successful? Jatayu was a great bird. But Jatayu doesn't mean that he was a bird. It was the type of clan. So this type of clarity we have. Now this Ashtasiddhi they were having, and in that the Ashtasiddhi, the God is having everything. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he said to that young Naren, I can give you all these 8 powers. Would you like to take? But Naren told, am I going to be happy after receiving those? No. But you will be famous. You can do a lot of things. You can show your power. He said, I don't want that. Why should I to use that power? So these are nothing in spirituality. There's sometimes some people, they go mad. Oh, go to that Swami. That he is just rounding his finger on the sky and all ashes are coming down. What am I going to do with that ashes anyway? People will run because there is something. Now here I am sitting And all over the world, people are not only seeing me, they are listening to me, they are present. Isn't that a miracle? It is a miracle. The 50, 60, or 100 years before, it was a great miracle. Now the science is doing it, and it becomes so natural. Every day the son is calling the parents on the first time, and they are having they can see each other. Why father is not putting on the proper dress? It is cold outside and all. Son from sitting in America there, instructing the father over there in India. It's a miracle. But what we are going to do with this miracle? The miracle has no value, nothing in the spiritual life. The Ashta Siddhi, all this power, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, it has no value. But what is God? He is having all that, according to the Vishnu Purana. Then again, in another place, it says, Utputtim cha vinasham cha bhutanam agatim gatim vetti vidyam avidyam cha sabhacha bhagavaniti. Utputtim, creation. Vinasha, the dissolution. Bhutanam agatim gatim. What is going to happen to the beings? Vetti, he knows. Vidyam avidyam, true knowledge and false knowledge. Sabhacha bhagavaniti. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, we say, is not out of emotion. According to the scripture, Avatara, there was a great debate, and they were going on arguing. All the qualities that we see in the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna at that time, and some people they were telling it is abnormal. But the lady who came, she was well read, well versed in the scripture, and she invited all others on the debate and proved that each and everything that you see in the life of Sri Ramakrishna, it is nothing but the avatar. That is all in there in the Bhagavata. And the Bhagavata says, in the Vishnu Purana, it says that Sri Ramakrishna was having all these qualities. Sometimes people, they go, the Bhagavan, my Guru is the Bhagavan, that Bhagavan, that Bhagavan. They may say out of emotion, but Bhagavan is he who knows everything about the creation, about the dissolution, about the condition of the human being. Casually, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, Mathur Babu is going to be a king after death. Mathur Babu, Mathur Babu, and he was a landlord, but he got that position after marrying that lady. He was a son-in-law, but it was not his own property. So he used to feel, the male ego. So naturally, he used to think, this is not my own, it is all my in-laws. So he used to think that I should be a king. So he used to pray to Thakur maybe that I should be a king. When the Mathur Babu was sick, the Thakur declared that after the death, Mathur will become a very famous king somewhere in this world. Desire. So Sri Ramakrishna knew. And about his wife, Mathur Babu's wife, that pious lady, she wanted to become in the company of goddess Durga. She used to love Durga. And she used to pray. She will become the friend of goddess Durga. She will be always with the Durga. But that way he used to say. And he used to see that. He could. When Naren came, a 17 years young man, the moment he saw, he said, my God, so much of power within him. Naren himself was not believing. He said, sir, I know that you like me, but don't compare me with the great personalities of Calcutta. Why do you say like that? People not only laughing, they are considering that you are a mad person. But what Sri Ramakrishna said, I saw that. My mother showed it, that you are going to be like this. Everything came true. So this is the Utpattim cha Vinasham cha. He knew. And when the Master Mahasaya came, he was asking Master Mahasaya, hey, are you married? He said, yes, sir. Because in those days, 18 years, the boy means he must be married. 14 to 18 days to get married. engagement, then afterwards these two. And Sri Ramakrishna, oh my God, you are married. Then Master was thinking, what happened? Then again, the next time he asked, do you have the children? And Master Moshe was thinking what to say, yes or no. Then you cannot say no. He said, yes, I am having the children. Oh my God, you are having. Then afterwards he said, explained, because Master Moshe was wondering why he is behaving like this. He said, I saw you in the group of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is almost 500 years before Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna, the moment he saw that Master Mahashaya, he immediately recognized him as the companion of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he was inquiring, if you are free, not having other responsibilities, then I could use you for my mission. But anyway, Master Mahashaya had a wonderful mission, writing all the conversation. And when the two brothers came, Sharat and Shashi, the Sri Ramakrishna saw them and told they were the companions of Lord Jesus. If this man is not God, then who is God? Bhutanam agatim gatim. He knew everything. But his expression was so simple and we think, oh, it is nothing. No, this tremendous power, supreme power. And when he said, not with the ahamkara, he told some people, if you can't remember God, if you don't believe God, just at least think about me. That will do. Just think about me. Amake sharon koro. Just remember me. Think about me. That will be sufficient. Because sometimes some people, they come and ask, where is God in your shrine? I told, why? Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, they are all human beings. That is good. But where is God? I told, sir, this is our God. The God means, and the one gentleman, he came and he was arguing with me. He's a great follower of Krishna. He said, God should have the power to lift the hill. Has he lifted the hill? I'm sorry. If that is the criteria to become a God, then all these great machines are gods. Because they are lifting the whole house and transporting from one place to another. That is not the quality of God. Quality of gods are totally different. They're thinking God must have 4 hands, God must have these, nothing like that. So this is God. Then what is God? Now we are keeping the God in our front and we are trying to reach to God. We, the sannyasis, after leaving the hearth and home, and you, the householders, maintaining your family and also carrying all the duties, we are all reaching to the same goal. Tagi gehi sebya nitta pavanangri pankajam. You have read that. Tagi gehi sebya nitya. Tagi, those who have renounced, and gehi, those who are in the household. Sebya, they are worshipping nitya, regularly. What? The pankajam means that their holy feet, regularly they are worshipping, and that is Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna is the combination of all gods and goddesses. All the qualities that we were discussing, this is God. Now friends, I will just mention, according to the Vedanta, what is God. And then we will conclude for today, and tomorrow again we can discuss about a little and how to realize God. In Vedanta it says, in Vedanta there's all abstract. Then he will say, Sapariyagat shikram akayam abranam asnaviram shuddham apapaviddam kabi manishi paribhusayambhu yatha tatthata arthan vyadadat shashyatibhya samabhya. That is the Vedantic God, conception of Vedantic God. We will discuss it tomorrow a little about this. Then how to realize God. So these are the two. This is very important. We should have a very clear idea about God. And if we are practicing only yoga, then what is our God? If we are practicing through bhakti, what is our God? And if you are practicing through the path of knowledge, what should be our God? And if you are combining, like the Ramakrishna mission, we combine all the four yogas, so then how we will worship? And if we know where we are going to reach, it will be easy for us. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. Just a funny thing that happened. You know, the Bengalis, they are very poor in Hindi. Then one of our elderly devotee, he was coming to Delhi to help us in our book fair. And we told, you can come with us. Well, no, I will go separately. He was a very nice man. He was coming to Delhi. But someone told, you see, in Delhi, these scooter drivers, that auto drivers, they will take you to all through the Delhi and increase their bill. The Ramakrishna mission, you must get down. Then he was all alert. He hired the one Sadarji was, the auto driver was there, he was going on. And he was going on looking at reading the names of the streets. Then suddenly, the Ramakrishna Marg, Mission Marg means the road, the Ramakrishna Mission Marg, but that is a long road. And they were entering from one end, and the other end is the mission. The moment he saw that, immediately he told the autowala, hey, hame gira do. Terrible. Now, terrible Hindi. The Sardarji was telling, अरे आप नहीं गिरोगे बाबू, क्यों आप डरते क्यों? अच्छा है ना, आराम से बैठो. नहीं, हमें गिरना है, हम जानते हैं तुम चोर है. अरे, then Sardarji became very angry. अरे चोर बोला, चोर, he understood. Then चलो गिरो. Then he lifted him and threw him. I don't need your money. तो हमें चोर बोला, जाओ. And with all the luggages, he came, the old man. Somehow he walked all through and then reached over there. No, what happened? नहीं, I told him हमें गिरना है and he threw me. गिरना है ना, उतारना है. But anyway, because of the Hindi, so this is the way we should be very clear about the goal. Otherwise, we do not know where we will girna. So we do not know how to pray also. Our language should be clear to God and our goal should be very clear. And we should know the path properly. Otherwise, all through the life we are connected with the Swamis, we are connected with the ashramas and all the practices. Then at the fag end of our life, still, Swamiji, please come and bless me. Why? You should be capable to bless others. And we go to school for education. And attending the same school for 60 years, if you say, थोड़ा सा समझा दो ना 1 + 1 क्या होता है, so please tell me what, then are you really a good student? No. We all should become God. That Swami Vivekananda said. It is our birthright. We all should become God. And how? Just only one thing. Understanding this world is temporary. As long as we are living over here, we should live as we live in a hotel. That's all. And you know that the beautiful song that Swami Vivekananda sang before Sri Ramakrishna? Mano chala nija niketane. Oh my mind, let us go back to the own abode. Shamsar bideshe bideshir beshe brahmo kyano akarane. Why unnecessarily you are entangled over here in this foreign country? It is not your place. It is a foreign place. It is not yours. Why unnecessarily you are entangled? You don't. You should not. Let us go back. This world with beautiful things. My father, my mother, my service, my family, all they're good, but temporary. Before my birth, they were not there. After my death, they won't be there. As long as we are together, we are all very good relation. Then one day, lying on the bed, we'll say goodbye. But that's all. Don't be afraid of death. In the next world, somebody will be there to receive you. Hey, come. Again, you will be received. Very happily, you will be there. Only when we are surviving, we should be helpful to others. And whatever you give to God, 10 times you get back. Truly. You give love, you will get back love from each and every quarter. You give hatred, everybody will hate you. This is very peculiar. So this is like looking at the mirror. If you are showing your teeth, the mirror will also show the teeth. So that much, nothing else. What is religion then? Something which is completely beyond all these bondages. Thank you. At tomorrow, the